Welcome to Opera Fan Dallas. This episode we use the BBC Concert Opera's 2005 production of The Little Prince by Rachel Portman from the BBC. See the description for details and links to the Dallas Opera. The Little Prince is a lyrical, dreamlike opera in 2 acts. The work follows the beloved 1943 novella of themes of innocence, imagination, and the search for meaning through friendship and love. Why is this being presented on the grand opera stage and not at the children's opera? Well, it is being presented to the children, but many adults have fond memories of this delightful storybook. Enjoy the trip down memory lane and have the wonder that is The Little Prince. Act 1, Scene 1. The pilot crashes his airplane into the Sahara Desert because adulting's hard. As he contemplates heat stroke, a small boy, extremely opinionated, appears and demands, "Draw me a sheep." The pilot is likely, "Sir, am I hallucinating?" He does indicate he doesn't know whether he's dead or dreaming. The child persists. "Congratulations, you have just met the universe's most polite, passive-aggressive alien." Scene 2. The Little Prince flashes back to his home planet, which is approximately the size of a New York studio apartment. There are 3 volcanoes which he uses for cooking. There's also a serious weed problem on the planet. The weeds are constantly trying to take over the place. He also has a Rose who behaves like an emotionally unstable Instagram influencer. She gaslights him, she flirts, she demands constant attention and daily validation. But he loves her anyway. Therapy bill pending. Scene 3. The Little Prince goes planet hopping. Our golden-haired traveler embarks on a cosmic venture of dysfunctional adults, and he uses a swing to travel. The king rules everything, including imaginary things. The problem is, there's no one else on the planet. The vain man, he claps for himself every 5 seconds. Absolutely owns a ring light. He complains the applause are not loud enough. It doesn't take long before the Little Prince decided he's had enough. The Drunkard, he took bathtub gin seriously. In fact, he's sitting in a bathtub full of gin. And he drinks to forget that he drinks. Truly a circular economy. The businessman counts the stars like they are NFTs. His entire personality is basically a spreadsheet. He writes down the name of each star and puts it in a piece of paper to prove he owns it, and then he sticks it in a drawer. Captain Kirk will need to pay him royalties when he goes star hopping. The Lamplighter, his job is to light the lamp when it's dark and to put it out in the morning. 10 minutes work a day. How great is that? But now the days are 60 seconds long, so he never gets to stop working. Sounds like my old job. The Little Prince takes notes. Grown-ups are weird. The audience agrees. The Little Prince declares, "I'm going to Earth. These planets are nuts." Act 2, Scene 1. The little prince lands on Earth and instantly meets a snake who hisses like a life coach with bad intentions. The snake speaks only in metaphors and death threats. "Let me give you a hug," says the boa constrictor. The little prince smiles politely. After all, he's British in spirit. Scene 2. He finds a field of roses identical to his own rose. Existential meltdown ensues. She said she was unique. Somewhere, the original rose is posting on the Notes app apology. "I beg your pardon. I did not promise you a rose garden." Scene 3. Enter the fox. Currently, he's being hunted. However, he manages to evade the hunters. The fox is the opera's emotional support animal and gives a TED Talk in fur. He teaches the little prince about love and loss and attachment, all while looking extremely pettable. The fox tells him, "If you want to pet me, you first have to tame me. You can only see rightly with your heart," he sings. Translation: good luck with dating apps. Scene 4. The pilot announces they're both gonna die of thirst because they're out of water. The little prince says, "Well, what about that well on the other side of the hill?" They go over the hill and surprise, surprise, there sits a well out in the middle of nowhere. The pilot finally finishes fixing his plane. Scene 5. The little prince announces he's going home, which apparently involves letting the snake help by biting him. The pilot panics. The orchestra cries. The snake delivers the world's worst customer service experience. Soft music shimmers, and poof, the boy is gone. Nothing left but a scarf on the ground. Silent stars and emotional carnage. The pilot gazes up in the sky. He hears laughter in the stars. He has his plane fixed, and it is beautiful, poetic, and just the right amount of creepy. The moral: never underestimate a small blonde child or a reptile with an agenda. The takeaway: Rachel Porter's music flows like stardust over your emotional trauma. You will laugh, you will cry, you will question your entire adulthood. But somewhere far away, a tiny voice is whispering, "You still haven't drawn that sheep." Click on the circle on the side of the screen to subscribe.